moves to Meghalaya and Nagaland. First up, the headlines. Day 2 of searches at BBC offices by Income Tax Department. Sources say searches may be on for 3 days. BBC asks employees to cooperate. Army personnel beaten to death by DMK councillors and 9 aides. DMK Neta Chinnaswamy on the run, his son arrested. Violent communal clashes break out between Hindu and Muslim groups in Jharkhand's Palamu district. Dispute over construction of a makeshift gate. Karnataka BJP chief Nalin Katil stokes a fresh communal row again. Says we worship Ram and Hanuman, not Tipu. Says we'll chase Tipu backers out. Europe's biggest airline group, Lufthansa, cancels and reroutes flights after IT outage due to construction work at the Frankfurt airport. Death toll from Turkey and Syria earthquakes crosses over 40,000. More people found alive as rescue efforts continue for over 200 hours. Britain's King Charles' wife, Queen Consort Camilla, will not wear the disputed Kohinoor diamond during her coronation. Reports suggest choice influenced by diplomatic sensitivities. All right, Tripura is all set to vote. 16th February is when Tripura goes to vote. Let's take you now on what it looked like in 2018. 60 seats of Tripura will go to vote tomorrow. But when it came down to the seat share in 2018, this is how the Bharatiya Janata Party had swept the election with 36 seats. The left CPM with 16 and the other at 8. So this is what it looked like, viewers, in terms of pure seat share. Now let's get you the vote share. All of these figures are, of course, of 2018, the last elections. And this is what it looked like. The BJP, the CPM, the IPFT and the Congress. BJP with a mammoth 44%, the left not very far behind at 42%, the IPFT at 7% and the Congress at 2%. This time around, the dynamics have, of course, changed quite a bit. The CPM and the IPFT would be, and I beg your pardon, the Congress would be coming in together. So if you just go by vote share, if one is to go by and combine the left and the Congress, it would be even keel. But the political ground in Tripura looks nothing like what it did in 2018. It's very, very different. What are the X factors this time? Let me quickly take you through it. Like I pointed out, the Congress and the left have come in together, and the Tripura Muta as well. But can the BJP hold on to its base of 2018? Well, the BJP came into power in 2018. Can it still hold on to its base? Well, that's a big question. The other big question, of course, let's take you through that. Will the Congress and left alliance have any impact at all? The Congress and the left, arch rivals at one time, where Tripura is concerned, are coming together to fight this election. Will they be able to make any inroads at all? Can the TMC make Tripura its second home? Mind you, the TMC looking at leaving its footprint other than just West Bengal, wanting to come down to national politics. Tripura, Meghalaya will be states very, very important for the TMC. It would need to do well in both these states. So can TMC make Tripura its second home? How will tribal parties breaking away impact 20 reserved seats? Many would suggest the tribal vote is the X factor this election. The Tripura Muta also coming in. Will Pradyut Dev Burman be kingmaker of the Tripura Muta? Lots of questions coming in there. But the stage all set, viewers. Tomorrow morning, Tripura is going to vote. It's been a high voltage political campaigning that went on. Of course, the action now will shift to Meghalaya and Nagaland, which will vote on the 27th of February. But a battle for the 60-member Legislative Assembly seats. A total, in terms of candidate, 259 candidates are in the electoral fray, with BJP trying hard to retain Tripura and expand its footprint in the two other states. Congress and the left are also scrambling to regain relevance. BJP chief JP Nadda also unveiled BJP's Meghalaya manifesto today. Nadda said BJP is confident of a landslide win in Tripura. Listen in.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी, मैंने पहले भी कहा आपको कि हर चुनाव को पूरी सीरियसली लड़ती है और नॉर्थ ईस्ट में भारतीय जनता पार्टी मजबूती से आगे बढ़े, इसके लिए हमारा एक सोची समझे तरीके से पार्टी एक्सपैंड करे, उसका बेस एक्सपैंड करे, विचारधारा एक्सपैंड करे। और नॉर्थ ईस्ट एक ऐसा एरिया है जिसमें भारतीय जनता पार्टी के स्कोप एक्सपेंशन का है, उसको हम पूरी ताकत से आगे बढ़ाने का प्रयास कर रहे हैं। हर चुनाव को हम पूरी मजबूती के साथ ही लड़ते हैं और इसलिए नॉर्थ ईस्ट पर पूरी कंसंट्रेशन की है और इस कंसंट्रेशन का ही नतीजा है कि हम असम में हमने दोबारा सरकार बना ली, हम त्रिपुरा में दोबारा सरकार बनाने जा रहे हैं, हम नागालैंड में दोबारा सरकार बनाना जा रहे हैं, अरुणाचल प्रदेश में हमारी सरकार है तो, और मेघालय में हमारा बेस बढ़ा है, हम अब 60 सीटों पर चुनाव लड़ रहे हैं।
All right, so that is JP Nadda on the eve of Tripura going to polls, unveiling the manifesto for the state of Meghalaya. Meghalaya and Nagaland will vote together in exactly 10 days from now. It was interesting politicking because, of course, you cannot campaign for Tripura anymore. Campaign has come to a standstill. However, the politics still on in terms of optics. I want to bring in Rahul Srivastava, National Affairs Editor, who's going to give us what is he looking at when Tripura votes tomorrow. My colleague Milan also joining us. She's joining us from Tripura. Rahul, what are the biggest takeaways for you? What would you be keenly watching as Tripura votes tomorrow?
See, Preeti, in a year of elections, whose collective outcome is going to be some kind of a full dress rehearsal for 2024, the BJP will like to start on a winning note. It's the first election of the year. And the bigger element is it will also test opposition unity quotient, that in case the opposition does come together, what it can achieve, especially the Congress and the CPM, the left and the Congress, one principal opposition, and the left has traditionally been the creator of a unifier as far as the opposition is concerned. I think one has not seen a BJP government facing so much of anti-incumbency. 5 years ago, it was CPM versus the rest. Today, it is BJP versus the rest. And that scenario, in a state where now the election, the opposition is not as divided as it was in 2018, is not good news for the BJP. The rise of the tribal party, the Pramota, is certainly bad news, because that is one sentiment, I will say, that if there is a cultural heritage and development sentiment among the tribals, I think that sentiment is drifting away from the BJP, with Pradyut Debarma making a very fervent appeal that he's not going to make any appeal for votes. And this is one last fight for rights. Anybody, and also tweaking his stand, instead of asking for a separate state, saying if there can be some kind of political territorial demarcation as far as the tribal entities are concerned, especially in a view of what happened in 2021. I think Pradyut Debarma is all set to become a kingmaker or the king, especially because the BJP, if you notice, in the last few days of election campaign, has been saying that the Motha is actually fighting with the left parties. I think that shift of focus indicates a lot. I think a very critical election also for the left and the Congress. Remember that the Congress and left came together last time in Bengal and they were wiped out. And in that scenario, this alliance is critical in this region, because if this succeeds, I think Mamata Banerjee will be watching it very, very carefully. I think for the BJP, the change in chief minister happened rather too late, and I think the anti-incumbency is too high, and I think the cultural sentiment this time around is too profound this time around for the BJP. It faces a very uphill task in the first election of the year.
You know, very interesting, Rahul. You know, stay with me. I'm going to come right back to you because when you're going to talk about the tribal vote, anyone who's going to Tripura is saying that it's going to be the tribal vote which would practically decide this election. But in the tribal vote, viewers, one also needs to look at something that Rahul Srivastav touched upon, which is the Tripura land demand or the demarcation of independent territory. On the other hand, of course, is the you know, I would think a fight between the Bharati and identity. Tripura land demand versus those who want, you know, the basics that the BJP is perceptionally known to deliver. So interesting, a fight amongst there, because a lot of my colleagues who are going there would say maybe the women are looking at the BJP for all that comes in terms of schemes, in terms of benefits, but the men seem a little more strong towards the demand of identity. Milan, what are you picking up?
Well, Preeti, because this is Tripura and we are in Agartala at the moment, and of course there are hectic calls and meetings that are happening at the last moment. Remember that this is not just a prestige battle for the BJP, it also signals the poll bugle for the entire 2024 and the entire 2023 and all the state elections that the BJP will look forward to this year. But in Agartala and around Tripura, if you notice, the kind of politics that's playing out between Tripa Mota, that is giving BJP sleepless nights as they could not, you know, get into an alliance with each other. But the 20 tribal seats that Tripa Mota is confident of bagging this time out of the 42 seats that they are actually contesting on will play a decisive factor. And the fact that there have been hints from the party's chief, Pradyot Debbarman, to align mostly with the Congress and left will actually put perspective into the kind of politics that's being played out in Tripura. And certainly with TMC looking to leave its footprint, with left and Congress aligning, with Tripa Mota looking at aligning with the left and Congress, BJP has a lot of ground that it would need to make up for.
Right. And
that would perhaps decide which way the elections will go in Tripura this time.
You know, Rahul, I'll come in for a quick word from you because, you know, we're going on talking about the tribal vote. We're going on talking about, you know, the chairman of Tripura Mota, Pradyut Debbarman, and he's actually given an interview now which seems to suggest and maybe will strike an emotional chord as well, which could give the BJP another sleepless night, where he says that it is this election and that is it. After that, he quits politics.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, that he is basically trying to say that he is no more going to appeal for votes, no more going to make demands. So it is up to the tribal voters to decide. I think one interesting factor which is emerging is, see, look, if you look at the principal challenge coming from Mota as well as the left and the Congress, this buzz that what Milan was mentioning that can go with the left and Congress, I think there is a BJP spin behind it, because I think the BJP knows. See, remember the royal family to which Debbarma belongs has been always targeted by the left, even the Congress. Now, in that scenario, saying that they can go where the Mota can go with the left Congress is a problematic element. Second, the Congress was wiped out last time around. The Congress is a weak ally, but it has a lot of seats.
2% vote share, yes.
In that just 2% vote share.
Yeah.
But the fact is that it didn't do very well. In Bengal, what was noticed that the left votes were transferred to the Congress, but the Congress vote did not get transferred to the left parties. One will have to wait and see, because there is a history of violence perpetrated by the left parties in the 25-year rule on the congressmen. And that's where lies the catch. Will all these arithmetics, the Congress and left have done one thing good, is that they've for the first time put in a tribal chief minister, Jitin Choudhry is there. But there is one factor. Will there be a Congress vote switch to the left? I think these permutation combinations, the BJP is very good at. But I think there is an unrest even among the BJP tribal leaders, because I think Mala Debbarma joined recently the Motha, primarily because tribal leaders in the BJP feel they are undermined by the tribal ally, the IPFT. And that is why I think there are too many layers of complications this time around working for the BJP.
All right, appreciate you both for joining us. I'll see you tomorrow on the top of 9 a.m. while we decode. Once again, Tripura going to votes with its 60 seats. Trust India today to get you the front row seats to this political action. Meanwhile, let's take you to Assam, where another political story is unfolding. The Assam government, an advertisement by the Assam government has sparked an unholy type of political war. A new controversy over God and temples has erupted in Maharashtra after the Assam government released an advertisement to invite devotees and tourists on the occasion of Mahashivratri. The advertisement is in the eye of the storm. Opposition in Maharashtra came down heavily on the Assam government. In a similar vein, the Maharashtra BJP also condemned the Assam government and underscored that the ad will not be tolerated, branding it to be far from truth and reality. Let's tell you what was this ad really about. Notably, the Bhima Shankar temple in the Pune district is believed to be the 6th Jyotirlinga amongst the 12 Jyotirlingas. However, this advertisement by Assam government released by the tourism department claims that the Bhima Shankar temple is at Dakini Hill, Kamrup in Assam and not in Maharashtra. So an all-out political war, which of course stems from religion playing out between two states.
एक निश्चित आहे, आज बघितलं असेल आपण अनेक लोकांनी चिंता व्यक्त केलेली आहे की जसं इथून उद्योग देखील गेले तसं इथून आता मंदिरं देखील दुसऱ्या राज्यात येत आहेत का. काय झालं, प्रत्येक राज्यातल्या मंदिरांबद्दल आदर असतो. आम्ही पण अनेक वेगळ्या मंदिरांमध्ये वेगळ्या राज्यात जात असतो, पण जे ज्योतिर्लिंग आहे भीमाशंकरचं ते आपल्या महाराष्ट्रात आहे आणि ह्याचं आदर आपण करणं गरजेचं आहे. तिथे पण असेल ज्योतिर्लिंग, त्याचा पण आदर आम्ही करतो, पण नुसतं महाराष्ट्राला घेऊचं सतत आणि महाराष्ट्राला मागे ढकलायचं हा वाद तर निर्माण करू नका. या देशात आत्ताच्या काळात अनेक वाद निर्माण झालेले आहेत, पण एकाच धर्मामध्ये आणि राज्यांमध्ये वाद निर्माण करणं हे किती योग्य आणि या गलिच्छ राजकारणासाठी.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी की महाराष्ट्र के प्रति जो ईर्ष्या की भावना है वो छुपी नहीं है. भारतीय जनता पार्टी के सरकारों के कार्यकाल में महाराष्ट्र से बहुत सारे उद्योग छीने गए हैं. महाराष्ट्र का महत्व कम करने की लगातार कोशिश की जा रही है. अभी तो इसके आगे बढ़कर भारतीय जनता पार्टी के नेता या महाराष्ट्र से महाराष्ट्र के पवित्र स्थल, महाराष्ट्र की धरोहर, महाराष्ट्र की संस्कृति को और धार्मिक भावनाओं को ठेस पहुंचाने का काम कर रहे हैं.
एखाद्या वृत्तपत्रातल्या जाहिरातीने वास्तव आणि सत्य बदलत नसतं. ज्या महाविकास आघाडीच्या लोकांनी 2 वर्ष आमच्या देवांना कोंडून ठेवलं आणि मंदिरांवर सगळ्यात जास्त अन्याय केला, त्या लोकांनी मंदिरांवर बोलणं म्हणजे 100 चूहे खाके बिल्ली चली हज अशी गंमत आहे.
All right, let's shift focus right now to Karnataka. With the assembly elections fast approaching in exactly 2.5 months, the BJP chief Nalin Kumar Katil has stoked yet another polarizing controversy, which once again involves Tipu Sultan. Katil, who had recently said that the BJP's main poll agenda would be development, has now gone back to attacking Tipu Sultan, because he said it would be development, but before that he'd said it would be Savarkar versus Tipu. This time, he asked voters in Koppal to choose between worshipping Ram and Hanuman or Tipu Sultan. Katil urged voters to drive Tipu sympathizers out of Koppal, saying the land was only for Hanuman and Ram devotees. This comes just a day after Tipu Sultan's descendants urged BJP and Congress to keep his name out of politics or face a defamation suit.
ನಾವು ರಾಮ ಭಕ್ತರು, ಆಂಜನೇಯನ ಭಕ್ತರು, ಆಂಜನೇಯನ ಕಾರ್ಯ ಮಾಡೋರು, ಆಂಜನೇಯನ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಮಾಡೋರು. ನಾವು ಟಿಪ್ಪು ಸಂತಾನದವರಲ್ಲ. ಟಿಪ್ಪು ಸಂತಾನವನ್ನು ಮನೆ ಕಳಿಸೋರು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಯಲಬುರ್ಗದ ಜನತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ನೀವು ಆಂಜನೇಯನನ್ನ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಟಿಪ್ಪುವಿನ ಭಜನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಆಂಜನೇಯನ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಟಿಪ್ಪುವಿನ ಭಜನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಟಿಪ್ಪು ಭಜನೆಯನ್ನ ಮಾಡುವವರನ್ನ ಕಾಡಿಗೆ ಓಡಿಸ್ತೀರೋ ಇಲ್ವೋ? ಸಂಕಲ್ಪವನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿ, ರಾಜ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಟಿಪ್ಪು ಸಂತಾನ ಬೇಕಾ, ರಾಮ ಭಕ್ತರು ಬೇಕಾ, ಆಂಜನೇಯನ ಭಕ್ತರು ಬೇಕಾ? ಆಂಜನೇಯನ ಪುಣ್ಯ ನೆಲದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಸವಾಲಾಗ್ತೇನೆ. ಈ ನೆಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಟಿಪ್ಪು ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥವ್ರು ಉಳಿಬಾರ್ದು, ರಾಮನ ಭಜನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥವ್ರು ಬೇಕು, ಹನುಮಂತರ ಆಚರಣೆ
ಆ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ತಾನೆ? ಇದನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು, ಇಲ್ಲರ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯರು ಟಿಪ್ಪು ಸುತ್ತರು, ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯ ಅವರು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಟಿಪ್ಪು 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 ಬೇಕಾ, ಸಾವರ್ಕರ್ ಬೇಕಾ? ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಟಿಪ್ಪು ಸುಲ್ತಾನ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬೇಕು? ಉರಿಗೌಡ, ನಂಜೇಗೌಡ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು? ಹುರಿಗೌಡ ನಂಜೇಗೌಡರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಹಂಗೆ ಇವ್ರನ್ನ ಹೊಡೆದಾಕ್ಬೇಕು ಈ ರೀತಿ ಕಳ್ಸಿಕೊಡುವಂತದ್ದು.
He is a madman. He wanted to cover it. He wanted to take on emotions. We want to take on development.
See, this shows that Mr. Katil, as the president of the state unit of BJP, has nothing to showcase of this double engine sarkar. This government is steeped in corruption. It's called the 40% government. This government is steeped in scandalous CDs, is what the BJP MPs and MLAs themselves are telling. So they have nothing to showcase. So it's quite natural that they have no blueprint of development for Karnataka, and hence they are going to use communalization and polarization as this election issue.
With that, I'm going to go into a quick break. To stay with us. On the other side is our fact check segment.
Over 3 decades, Business Today has delivered news, views and analysis like no other. Now, Business Today presents the future.
Could I request Mr. Arun Puri, our Editor-in-Chief, to come up on the stage with the Finance Minister as we unveil the anniversary issue of Business Today. This is the 31st anniversary of India's #1 news magazine.
BT produces a cover with an AI avatar of Pichai on its 31st anniversary issue. Visit businesstoday.in/subscribe and subscribe now.
Bonnie Kapoor took to social media to announce that the biography on his late wife and actress Sridevi is in the works and will release later this year. Speaking about the same, he called his late wife a force of nature. Titled as The Life of a Legend, the book will feature the key aspects of Sridevi's life and career. It will be published by Westland Books. The actor had passed away in 2018, leaving a void in the industry. And on her 5th death anniversary, her popular film English Winglish is set to release in China. The drama marked Sridevi's comeback to films after a long hiatus of 15 years.
English tuition? I can come in?
You may not. But you need to ask, may I come in?
English Winglish had gone on to become India's official entry to the Academy Awards in the Best Foreign Language Film category for 2013. The story of the film revolved around a housewife who decided to take up English lessons in the US after being mocked by her husband and daughter.
She was born to make London.
I, Shashi, from the India.
No, Sashi, not from the India. From India.
Why India, not the India? Why America, the United States of America?
In her illustrious filmic career, Sridevi had acted in as many as 300 films.
Welcome back. You're watching our fact check segment where we bust fake news. There's a claim floating about suggesting that TMC leader Mahua Moitra assaulted cops after unparliamentary language row. Fake news, viewers. Fake news alert. The fact check on this video is from 2018 from Silchar, Assam. Nothing to do with Mahua Moitra.
Here's the Kim Kardashian and Kylie Jenner look. Full pouty juicy lips, Botox, hourglass figure and basically filled up cheeks and a lot of injectables on the face.